purpose of this presentation is not to emphasize the benefits of product lifecycle management, neither to list what risks it could avoid, and neither to enumerate the problems it could potentially solve. It is even not about qualifying PLM and analyzing if it is good or bad for a business. No. The scope of this talk is the definition of PLM, a definition of PLM. Over the next 20 minutes or so, I will share my vision of PLM based on readings, discussions, reflections, and most importantly, experiences. I will have presented two things. One, that PLM is a theory in business improvement and by extension its practice. And second, this is the content of this theory based on two principles. So what is product lifecycle management? Can I define it? Can I represent it? Can I see it? Can I do it? Can I buy it? Well, at least I can speak about it. Unfortunately, I am not the only one who talks about product lifecycle management. As a matter of fact, the term is widely employed and sounds now like a buzz. PLM is often juxtaposed with other words. For example, you might be familiar with the following terms: PLM project, PLM consultant, PLM system, PLM user, PLM vendor, PLM analyst, also PLM 2.0, PLM research center, PLM maturity model, PLM processes, PLM magazine, PLM market, and even PLM TV or PLMtalks with this show that you are presently following. This is just a sample of the variety, but do all these usages refer to the same meaning? To clarify this, let's have a look at some definitions proposed by actors in PLM. Here is a selection of extracts from definitions that can be observed on the internet. According to the two first ones, PLM is a business strategy. The next ones define it as a vision or a philosophy, another one as an approach. Others will say it is a business discipline or a business activity. But some others will speak about a solution, a set of capabilities. Let me observe that there is not a unique answer to the question, what is PLM? So far, there is no descriptive definition which will provide a meaning that is generally used and agreed. If there is no unique answer, does it make sense to ask the question, what is PLM, and to aim for a common answer? I will answer yes, and I have three arguments. First, to wonder is a natural behavior and most of the time a source of self-improvement. Second, the diversity of point of view is fruitful, but to converge brings values through maturity and consensus. So it is a required factor for further questioning towards the future. And third, to define and understand something is the first step to master it. A definition gives values by bringing advices or recommendations. So let's try to answer this relevant question. We will begin with the three terms from product lifecycle management. By starting from the separated words, we will obtain a literal definition. So, management is the practice of managing. In other words, the business activity of handling and controlling. Lifecycle is the course of stages, so the sequences of states during life, but also the full span of the life. Product is a little bit more complex to define. We already have to go away from the strictly literal sense. Indeed, here we don't speak about the individual physical product or service or process that is a unitary result manufactured or delivered by a company. It is not the real individual product built from the raw material to the hands of a customer. We shall interpret product as the virtual product from the company. This willing to virtualize the physical product is important in the scope of PLM. The virtual product is the representation which characterizes, defines, and relates to the real physical product, a kind of avatar of one or more multiple products in a virtual world. By the way, the virtualization process is described with clarity by Michael Greaves with the information mirroring model. Information mirroring model is showing the relationship in between the real or physical space and the virtual or digital space. The virtual product is the single representation that corresponds to the physical product in the real world. Back to our main topic, let's repeat the three definitions of our separated words. Management, the business activity of managing. Life cycle, the course of stages or lifespan. Product, the virtual product of a company. If we try to combine these definitions, we should come to a literal definition of PLM. The most common recombination that is observed is PLM is the business activity of managing company's virtual product all the way across the life cycle. The other is product management during life cycle, so PML. The first literal definition gives a pretty good and clear meaning. Actually, it is very near from the beginning of John Stark's definition of PLM. I quote, "PLM is the business activity of managing a company's virtual products all the way across their life cycles." For my part, I will keep the order product lifecycle management and consider this second literal recombination of the definitions. PLM is the practice of managing the course of stages of the virtual product. So the stress is on the life cycle, not on the product. The focus is on the dynamic, the transition, the transformation, not on the static information of the product. So this second literal definition makes sense. PLM is not about product data management, but about the flow of information across phases, functions, people, persons, processes, or systems.